far west of Nepal. This part is, it's like wilderness, what we call wilderness, wild. And it's very difficult to get water, you know, in some parts in the west. So in one area in this western part, once I was traveling, walking, and then just in my mind, a thought came. I said, well, this part is absolutely dry. There is no water, but I'm going to walk through it. It does not matter how many days it's going to take me, right? And I'm not going to wish for water also, because I know there is hardly any water. So I started, because I wanted to experience this. So I started walking this path. And then this thought came to me as I walked, because the whole day I walked and I did not even get a drop of water to drink any place. Then at nightfall, I camped. And then at night time, I said, now this place there is no water. Now tomorrow I need to walk also without water, right? And then I decided myself, I said, I'm not going to walk anymore. I'm going to sit here in this wilderness. I'm just going to sit. And I just prayed to God. I said to my mother, Mata. I said, Ganga Mata, the Ganges mother. I said, Ganga Mata, you really love your son. You really do. Then you will have to get me water in this place. Nobody's going to bring me water in this wild place. And I said, okay, until and unless you bring me water, then only I'm going to drink water. I'm not going to go and search for water now. Right? So I just sat there in that place.
You were going to sit just like the Buddha did under the tree and not
Yes,
move.
Not move. And I was just sitting there, on the rock, And then I just said, I'm going to sit here. How long, how many days? I'm not going to move until you are going to give me water. So I just sat there. So that night passed, next day began, that day also passed, the night passed, no water there. Third day, fourth day, no water,
Wow.
no food. Because I could not take any food without water.
Right.
Fourth day, and then the miracle happened on the fifth day, you see. And that was my Hatha Yoga,
Right.
you see. And that is what I was practicing there. And then the fifth day, the miracle happened. A group of girls, young girls came along carrying water pots.
Wow.
They just came to my place and they said, Baba, you are so thirsty in this place. There is hardly even water.
Right.
You need to drink water. We're going to leave this pot of water for you.
Yeah.
And they just left that earthen pot full of, water in that. And then they said, Baba, and if you walk 2 days from here in this direction, then you will arrive in a village where you will get everything. And they just left the water pot there. I was stunned, I was just like, I could not speak, I could not, I was just, my only eyes were watching what was happening and my ears were perceiving what they were telling me.
Yeah.
That's all. And the energy that was flowing inside me was, absolutely something else that was completely different that I experienced.
Pure bliss.
At that time, there was no thirst at all. I did not have the urge to at once drink that water, though I was thirsty for 5 days,
Right.
without water and food. You see? But at that moment, I didn't have any urge to even, take a little bit of just a drop of water inside my mouth, no. Because it was totally a different feeling. And these girls just, afterwards, they just went away, And then they just, I don't know where they disappeared. I was just sitting there for maybe an hour and a half with that. And then I came to my senses again, then saw the water there, and it was glittering, and the water was it's crystal clean, and
Right.
and then I took that pot and then just took it in my hands, and then just a few drops, and
Right.
that was enough for me.
Right.
I did not need to drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that was everything, like the energy that just the few drops of water that went inside me, the energy that I received from there was like absolutely back to normal.
Immortality.
Yeah, back to normal health, full
Right.
of energy, now ready to walk. You see?
Yeah.
So that was one of my experience with Hatha Yoga, you know. And then having the darshan of my deity, you know. The girls, you know, my mother, the mata, they came.
What did the yeah?
Yeah.
What
And-
did the Hatha Yoga involve?
That was my hut, you know. Not drinking water. Absolutely.
Okay,
Nobody,
right.
others, nobody could others.
Okay,
Yeah. And
That was your
nobody
austerity.
was going to force any water inside my
that
body.
was your tapas.
Yes.
Your
Yeah, the hut.
austerity,
You
right?
see?
Hut.
The hut. That is what we
Okay.
call hut.
Right.
So that is hut. That is what we practice.
Yeah.
Sure.
मेरा पता चोर
And Goraknath
Uh-huh.
was a Hat Yoga yogi.
Yes. He was.
And is Tantra involved with that early sort of classical hat?
Yeah. So that is just an example.